Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. I think finally there is something that pet owners can agree with me on, because you know me, I hate pets. And usually I think anything that pet owners do is pretty stupid, but...
Minus having an Instagram page for your dog, Lulu the Warrior Princess on Instagram, people.
Truth.
Let's try and get more followers than BJ.
Listen, I told you that I do think that's stupid. I know you don't think it's stupid.
I misunderstood you. My bad. I'm sorry I brought that up.
Yeah, thanks for plugging that.
Strike that. Don't follow at Lulu the Warrior Princess on Instagram. One word. Don't want you. I'm
not going to beat this dead horse, though.
That's feed a fed horse.
Oh, that's
BJ.
right. I'm not going to feed the fed horse. Yes. This trend, Steve, I think you're going to agree with me, because it's overtaken the internet, and my brain just explodes. I don't understand how people think this is cool, because of the fact it involves a part of a dog's anatomy, and it's a male dog, obviously.
Okay.
Dog owners are now reportedly covering their animals' testicles in glitter.
Dude, Vicky showed this to me yesterday, and I swear this was my reaction.
Come on.
It's so stupid.
It is so stupid.
Why would you do that?
I can't see any self-respecting male dog owner doing this. I just can't. You're an idiot if you think, you're going to just make your dog look even dumber, and you're going to decorate his testicles. I mean, come on.
I mean, on the positive side, at least it's edible, because they made it with corn syrup and edible glitter.
Did you just say positive? Is that what
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Totally meant to do that.
So it's edible, but it better be, because dogs lick their area, which would be really bad if this glitter was...
At least they're looking out for the best interests of their bedazzled or glittered dog nuts.
It'd be itchy, just sitting there like, ugh.
Why would you do that to a dog? I always think it's weird also when people color their dog's hair. I'm not as upset about that.
I'll tell you why. I know exactly why.
That to me it seems a little silly, but whatever. If that makes you happy and your dog's not hurt by it, then go ahead. But this is really ridiculous.
Here's what do you know what little girls used to do?
What?
Little girls, and I just think it's the way they do it. Little girls, what they always love to do is play dress up, and they always like to dress up grandpa.
But who's dressing up people's boys with glitter?
This is what I'm saying. This is an extension, I think. I think more women are doing this than men. That women just love to dress up and decorate and adorn, and they think it's funny because
dude would do that to his dog's boys.
I agree.
Because I wouldn't want that done to my boys.
Exactly. And it's like, come on, ladies. I mean, you
don't want that done to your boy.
And why do you want that much glitter? I mean, then you have the dog in the house, on the couch. You got glitter everywhere. It looks like a stripper exploded in your home.
Now, I will tell you this. If this would guarantee me some action, I would have it done to myself. If the woman in my life said, I would gladly take that glitter off for you in a way that's pleasurable, then, yeah, you can put all the glitter you want all over there as long as...
I mean, I know that glitter beards are a fad right now. So, I mean, this is just the next thing to be.
That's by choice.
Humans. Yeah,
many years ago, I remember I got it was a chick that I was hanging with, and she sent me a message. She's like, hey, do you want to see something cool? And I'm like, sure. And it's like MySpace days. Sent me a MySpace message, and she, what do I call it, vajazzled?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, that was a deal breaker. I'm like,
you didn't like a vajazzle?
Was it with little gems, or was it with glitter?
No, it was like gems and like crystals, and it was too much, man.
You think? It's never. Listen, if she's going to show me the vajazzled area, I don't think it's ever. But see, that's me, because I never get to see that stuff.
Oh my gosh! Like, why? What am I going to do with this?
I mean,
really?
when a boy loves a girl,
vajazzled?
Well, I mean, it's just it's a way of decorating, adorning. A lot of women love to decorate and adorn themselves, and then they do others. And
it's
that's
like pizza. You don't have to put all these crazy toppings on the pizza. I like it just plain cheese or pepperoni.
Now who's the lame-o, Vicky? See, I don't mind a little vajazzling.
I mean, I get a tattoo or some fake body tattoo.
Oh, you don't like a vajazzle?
No, that just feels like it would get in the way. And what kind of glue are you sticking down there?
Right, and I'm not like hardwood floors myself, so there's a chance of some stickage. Like something like, you know what I mean? Grab on.
Rip off. Ugh.
Wow, you guys are. See, you can call me lame. I think the vajazzle's good.
You're into vajazzling?
I'm into anything that's like will make the fun like that. Why not?
How will that be fun? It'd be like, cool. You just rolled around in the arts and crafts department.
I love that. It just shows that she's like, hey, dude, I wanted to make things pretty for you. Isn't that what women normally do? And
usually some women shave or make little shapes in there.
That works too.
Yeah, I remember Jenna James had a line of razors, and they came with stencils, so you could like put like a lightning bolt down there.
The lightning bolt's always cool.
Yeah,
that's cool too.
It's very Kiss.
But see, the dog doesn't have a choice, and no male dog wants his boys bedazzled. So this is stupid. We all agree. Does anybody think this is a great idea?
Not in the slightest.
Taking the testicles of a dog and putting glitter on them.
The only thing I love about this is when I sent it to Rev, he got really pissed off. So it made me feel good.
Ah, yeah. You got
really
pissed
mad.
off. It was dogs, Rev. They didn't do it to cats yet.
Well, it's a little bit harder for cats. They're fuzzy and usually deflated because we fix them.
Oh, that's right. Maybe you can give them fake ones. I know people do that when they fix a dog or cat. Sometimes they put fake ones
There's
in there.
no.
Have you seen what they do with cats? It's like this little, like a ring. They put it around their tail, so it's like a gem that covers a certain part of their body.
Oh, right. The thanus. It covers the thanus.
Yeah.
It's this little gem. I honestly thought it was something else for the longest time.
I was about to say, that sounds like something that certain people are into.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
My buddy Ben.
Yeah.
My buddy Ben Wall.
I asked somebody, I'm like, why would you do this? And then somebody had explained to me it's a little thing tied around the tail.
But is it a pocket? Is it like a little door that will open? Because they still got to use that part of their body.
It's still kind of flat. It's like a necklace.
It flaps, okay.
Yeah.
But it looks like one of those.
Yeah, devices.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Those are those, like, whenever I'm, like, watching certain thumbnails, and then all of a sudden, like, that you see that, and you didn't know that was going to be there, I'm like, skipping to the next video.
That's not a bad thing for me.
Do we really? That's just a part of the body. Do we need to put jewelry there so the cat walks around with a shiny hiney?
Well, Rev, you
shiny hiney. That's really the name of it.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it a cat thing that they'll jump on your body when you're laying down, and they'll just kind of present themselves, if you will, to you, to your face?
Yep.
Yeah, Rev loves that. That's his favorite part of having a cat.
That is not.
And what's like the obsession with glitter? I understand, but like you saw those pills that people could take that turn your turds into like glitter turds.
I don't know why you'd want that.
I don't understand
that.
What world we're in.
I get you want to shine,
kind of funny.
But why do you want
You want glitter turds?
I think it'd be like.
Who are you going to share that with? You going to Snapchat that?
No, I'm going to go to someone's house like Rev's and do that in the litter box so he thinks the cat did it.
Gross.
What is wrong?
Why
with
are you going to go?
What?
Why are you going to go with my litter box?
Because you're the only one I know that has a cat that might let me into their house.
Can we not talk to Vicky anymore? She's out of her
You're on
freaking
timeout.
mind.
Yeah, you're banned from my house.
Today, your conversation has been like, maybe you should be arrested.
So why is this show today all about the mid-region? I agree.
Know. It's all because of Vicky. Seriously, we go to conventions and people get mad at us because Vicky's the way she is. They think we make her this way. And it's like, no, Vicky's
poop's funny.
Well, I agree.
Not shiny,
You
not glittery.
don't go in somebody else's cat box, Vicky.
No.
Honestly, I think I get stage fright, so I couldn't do it.
It makes you think one of the Twilight vampires used your bathroom. We don't need that.
I just don't understand how in life you're like, you know what I need? I need a pill that's going to turn my turds into glitter.
This is why humanity is doomed to destruction.
And what are you paying for stupid stuff like that?
Well, again, humanity, Steve. Humanity. Here's a lovely story about two moms in Ohio that are in trouble. Why? Well, because they got into a fight at a fourth grade basketball game.
Yes.
You know, what kid doesn't love his parent just acting like an idiot in the stands, right? Yeah. So the mom's name are Tasha and Aisha, and they were charged with disorderly conduct. And of course, it's in Ohio. Is this anywhere near Cleveland? I feel like Cleveland is, having been to Cleveland, it is just the cornerstone of class and dignity.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I'm not surprised this happened in Ohio. It could be Cleveland. So Aisha claims that she got involved in this altercation because one parent was
at
acting
the playground. Aisha. Sorry. One of the better songs from Another Bad Creation.
Yeah. I don't really know much about that.
Oh.
I'm going to take your word for it.
Okay. Look it up. Google it.
Look it up.
Google it.
YouTube it.
How about the kids? How about their conduct got their kids expelled from the basketball league? And if you're a kid going, thanks, Mom.
Yeah, I guess it was a game against two undefeated teams, so there's a rivalry.
And maybe these kids are really good. I don't know.
But they're undefeated. Of course they're good, BJ.
Well, yeah, I mean, sometimes you can have maybe an okay kid on an undefeated team. But either way, if any one of these kids are hoping to make basketball a career, you don't want your parents being idiots because you never know who's watching. Mm-hmm. And now they don't get to be shown off because they're not in that league. Apparently, words were exchanged between two parents, including her, again, because she said one of the parents was being intimidating. And when she tried to leave the situation, somehow it turned into a brawl. I'm sorry.
It's spilled outside of the building. The video is insane. Like, they're walking out, and all of a sudden, one of the women jumps on the other one, and they just start all getting into it.
See, that to me that's ridiculous. I hate to be sexist here.
That's passion, man. That's just love for your kid's sport.
I'm going to be, I hope it's a positive stereotype, but this is stuff I expect stupid dudes to do. I expect women, they're the ones that supposedly have brains in their head. Why are they doing this?
When it comes to kids and sports, man, it brings out the worst in everybody. I see it sometimes even at the hockey rinks. Like, they even designate, they're like, you cannot go past this spot when we're having practice. We do not need you. Because they probably dealt with too many parents popping in, trying to like lean over the bench and say, hey, my son should be doing this. My son should be doing that. I all the credit in the world to anyone who's a coach.
Yeah.
Not because of the kids, but because of the parents. They're the worst.
Yeah, this was quite a brawl, and someone called 911 and described the scene to dispatchers.
This is an argument between parents and basketball players.
Okay. Is it verbal or physical?
Verbal right now. There's some physical.
How many people are involved?
I don't know, 10.
Wow. 10? This became 10 over a kid's basketball game.
Right.
Really, you got to look at your life and go, this is what I'm getting into fisticuffs over? Really? This is the big battle?
Dude, some guy comes flying out of nowhere. I don't know if you saw this one dude. Watch, he just shows up on the screen. Out of nowhere, it just flies right in.
Damn, dude.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Like, he comes in with a drop kick.
Yeah. It was like he was sliding into first or sliding into home, really. That's insane. Okay.
It's Fairfax, Ohio, wherever the hell that is.
I don't know where Fairfax is, but guess what? I ain't going there. I'm done with it. I really am done with Ohio. I don't think there's much to say for me for Ohio.
It must be near Cincinnati, because they said the Cincinnati Premier Youth Basketball League officials also said this time last year there were approximately 45 parent ejections versus 6 this year with new rules in place. Well,
good for them. Yeah, see, sometimes things...
45 parent ejections?
Sometimes Cincy can be a rough place. Yeah, I'm not going to Cincy. Congratulations, Joshua Puig. Good job.
What about just watching a kid play and be proud that he's out there doing something or she's out there doing something and just hope that they do well and don't get hurt?
How do you not go and sit there and go, I am an imbecile? I am just an incivil, whatever the word is, a civil-less imbecile. That this is what I'm doing over a basketball game. What kind of example am I setting for the children who, at least in a team sport, are supposed to learn how to be cool?
Right. Building friendships, building a spirit of competition.
Yeah.
Realizing your parents are idiots.
Yeah, I know, dude. And you know something? I mean, every kid does realize that, but that's the worst way.
Well, in high school, when we played in a roller hockey league, it wasn't affiliated with the high school, but it was, like a rec league, but it was very serious play for us kids. We took it serious. We had satin jackets with our teams on it.
Oh, nice.
But the parents were the worst. And it's, hockey's obviously an aggressive sport, and there was full checking, and which was, looking back on it, not a really good idea to do with a bunch of 12, 13, 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
But it got so bad, whenever like a big hit happened and a parent was not happy their kid got hit, they would jump the boards. Because it wasn't ice. It was on it was similar to like a blacktop on the street. And so they would jump the boards and go running at the kid that hit their kid. And then that parent would jump the boards, and now you had parents fighting. It was pretty entertaining.
Again, it's just, come on, people.
So after one season where it just got really bad, it was super violent. The next season we show up to the rink, and they've constructed a giant fence, a chain link fence.
Yeah, baby.
Going around the boards.
Yeah.
So that parent, but sure as S, things got hairy. One parent's trying to climb the fence like it's a steel cage.
Okay.
I mean, luckily somebody pulled that person down.
At that point, don't you think they treat you like a caged animal in a zoo? Don't you see what you're being treated like? Don't you see pretty much how you're showing up?
Right.
Yeah.
Another person says, via text says we had to stop an 8 and 9-year-old baseball game because the head coaches were fighting on the field.
That you don't expect because the coaches are supposed to be cooler.
Yeah.
Than that.
8 and 9. Come on, guys.
Oh yeah. No, we got the World Series on the line here.
Right?
Yeah.
Get your crap together.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. All right, you're not going to like this because, you get bored. New study says when you get bored, you do stupid things. Like, you spend money on things you don't need. Overspend, as a matter of fact, about 8 times a month for a total of $315, which means $4,000 a year. You're doing it because you're just bored.
Never do that.
Yeah.
I never sit on the couch and realize, damn it, why does this accept PayPal? I don't even have to get up off the couch and get my credit card.
Seriously.
Yeah. I've got a big financial decision coming up because a board game is on Kickstarter, and it's a really hefty price than the average board game.
More than 3 digits?
No.
Okay.
But normally I go up, like, very rarely do I do a Kickstarter that's like in the 3 digits. You know, high 2 digits. Every once in a while, maybe up to $150, but that's about as far as I go.
So this is more than $150.
This is more than $150, and so a lot of us are going back and forth. Is the board game worth it? Should we do it?
Wait, is that the minimum? To Kickstarter it? Oh, because you're buying the game. I get you.
This is a super deluxe version. Like, I could get the game for $70.
Oh,
but
you
the
don't
super
want that.
deluxe version is ridiculous.
It's the boring version.
Yeah.
Right.
And so,
someone's going to come over like, what? This is just the commoner's version.
Exactly. Yeah. And so, but I mean, it's more than I've ever paid for a game on Kickstarter, like one game. So I think, I must have a problem, right? And then, no doubt about it, it's an overspend. I don't need this. I could get the regular version, but I really want to overspend.
And I love it because I have one Kickstarter version of a game that I barely play, but it's the blinged out version.
I want it so
exactly.
badly.
And like, BJ is so jealous of this game that it's not necessarily it's collecting dust.
Yes, it is. But the number one thing we do to blow our money, making bad financial decisions, and I mean, they call it a bad financial decision, but I think it's just it's the cost of people just living their lives the way they live their lives, and that is getting takeout or delivery instead of cooking.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, I don't even want to do the math. I don't want to do the math on how much I spend a month. It's not like a ton, but it's enough for me to question eating takeout, and I don't want to stop eating takeout.
And that's the number one thing that people blow their money on.
I'm trying to think of, dude, it's probably a couple $100 sometimes.
Yeah, but it's so good, isn't it?
And usually it lasts, it's like between like $30 and $40 if you're doing a takeout, at least for me when I go to the Thai places. But I did it this week. I didn't want to defrost chicken, so I got Thai.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, I'm too lazy to do this. I really want Thai. Here's a great excuse.
Well, because for us, it's always a slippery slope. I mean, if it's sushi, then it gets a little expensive because that's like, that's more than $30-$40 that something else would be. But like Indian or Thai or teriyaki, it's like $30 a pop every once in a while. But then, of course, we're like, let's swing by Menchie's and let's drop a ridiculous amount of money on frozen yogurt because that's stupid.
But you both work, and so that way you get to
work hard for our money, BJ.
Yeah, you
so
do.
hard for your money.
Yeah, I
really
know you're married to Donna Summer. Look at you. So, number one, getting takeout or delivery. That's the number one way you blow your money. Number two is shopping because you're bored. Number three, I don't know if you guys, I wonder if Steve uses all these. I guess you do. Paying for subscriptions you rarely use. I mean, you subscribe to every wrestling channel there is, but I do think you use them all.
I subscribe to 3, thank you. That's not a lot.
That's 3 wrestling channels. 3 wrestling services is a lot.
It's less than $20 a month for all of them.
All right.
So I feel like that's okay.
That's okay because it's less than $20 a month for all.
I got WWE Network, I got PowerSlam.tv, and then I have Defy.
I'm not too sure. Do you like wrestling?
No, I marginally like it. But, and then I have Netflix. And honestly, I'm thinking about dropping Netflix because I use that one the least.
Wow.
But I think my wife uses it a lot, so I might upset her if I drop it.
See, I have CBS's app. I only use it for one show. Now, there may be another show that's coming on that I'll like on it, but I mean, I want to support the show. But yeah, I rarely use it. The one time with the DVR messed up, and I was able to go on demand and get any show I wanted because I have the CBS app. That was actually kind of cool. I was like, oh, I forgot I got this. We don't need a DVR. We got this. So that was kind of fun. How about this? Paying bills late so you wind up getting hit with a fee.
Oh, no way.
Not anymore. That used to happen a lot back when you had to actually put it in an envelope and get a stamp. I'd always not have a stamp, so I'm like, I'll go to the store and get a stamp. Now with everything just being pulled out of your bank account, I mean, if you're late with most of your bills, you're kind of stupid.
You're only a person if you don't have enough money to pull it out of your bank account. Then you can't set that up. That's the only person living check to check. But yeah, nowadays, you're absolutely right. With all the automatic withdrawals, you should be cool.
Do you guys make it a point to have the withdrawal happen on the 1st or the 2nd or, the 15th or the 16th, just to make sure that they pull out the money while it's still fresh in your account?
Right. Yeah. I always do a day later, just in case. Yeah. I've had it once where they accidentally didn't put my check in right away, so I needed to go deposit an actual physical check. And so that's what saved me. It's like my withdrawal didn't happen until the very next day.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, it's a beating.
Yeah, I never do it towards the end of the pay period because that's just a gamble.
A gamble that you won't have it because you're using it.
You just never know.
Right.
It depends on how many T-shirts I bought that month.
Good point.
Or takeout.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then finally, the fifth thing that we blow our money on is getting Ubers instead of walking.
Oh, yeah.
When I lived in Seattle, I was guilty of that.
Really?
Well, because I used to go to the rickshaw. It's only a couple blocks away, but it's uphill to get there. And you don't want to go and you're, all dressed up in makeup, get all that sweaty.
Oh, I can see that.
What about going home? Do you?
Oh, no, I'd walk.
Okay.
Oh, no, she rolls. It's a hill. She can roll right down.
Just tuck and roll.
Yeah.
It's a stumbling distance home, so it was fine.
Yeah, I was happy with myself because I didn't have my car. I was in the shop. And so I had a 20-minute walk to get from one destination to another one. And I thought, I can Uber this. And I went, wait, it's going to be sunny. That's the thing with Seattle. Who wants to walk in the rain? But if it was a nicer weather, I'd walk a lot of places. I'd even walk an hour from one place to another if I had the time to do it. But this weather is just, to me, I know if you're born here, you put on your hoodie and you deal with it, but that's the reason why I don't want to ride a bike. Not that I would, but I mean, I don't want to ride a bike and I don't want to walk around because there's not enough awnings in a lot of places. And that's why the light rail thing is interesting. I hope people use it, but you have to do a lot of walking in subway cities. It takes you to certain places, but there's still a good amount of walking.
Yep.
And even in the cold, it's not like always snowing on you, so you can bundle up and still walk in cold weather. But the rainy weather is just a challenge, and I wish more and more people would put awnings on the buildings. Bellevue's done it to a lot of the new buildings they put up. Then you can at least stay dry for most of your walk.
We'll just pop in one of those buildings and steal their umbrella. They always have those, like the hotels.
You're right, they do. They do. Yeah. And then
on your way back, you pop it back in.
Oh, yeah, I guess you could do that. All right.
You could return it.
Yeah, they don't monitor that because I've seen the umbrellas and I thought, how do they know if I'm?
I don't know.
They've done that. Huh?
I've never read a news story where a man was arrested for taking an umbrella out of a hotel or a building.
I'm always afraid to try that because I see them. I go, gosh, I could really use that today. Wow.
One person says I spend about $600 a month on takeout.
Yeah. Whoa.
I used to be a chef, and now I don't like to cook for a living. He says I don't like cooking. I love cooking, but I don't want to cook at home when I'm cooking all the time, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a frozen dinner guy for that reason.
You were once a chef?
I was once a chef. Now I'm a frozen dinner guy. Well, somebody wanted me to go on this weight loss program.
Yeah.
And they said, you got to cook.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, well, dude, I'm out. Because I not only do I not know how to cook that well, I mean, I've never really learned because Kathy does all the cooking, but I don't want to because it's at the end of the night. You've worked a busy day, and I see why people want to do takeout. Who the hell wants to get in front of a stove after you've worked your 9 to 5 or longer?
Oh, yeah. It's like you just want to prep it all. And yeah, I'm with you, man. Although I don't like really having those frozen dinners, those microwavable frozen dinners.
I'll tell you, I do the Evals.
I don't even know what the hell that means.
Which is love spelled backwards. Pretty clever. Yeah. Wow. Did you just throw your pen in disgust at the whole concept?
It was my paper clip.
Okay. Wow, the look you just gave me was such disdain. It's a good company that makes good food, and that's why they call it love backwards, because they put good ingredients in their food. Evolve.
I can't help it. I just every time I say it.
They sell them at the QFC and every place else.
Pretentious.
Yeah.
Evolve. And the E's, and they spell it backwards. Like it's literally backwards. If you put it in the mirror, it would say love. So the E's even backwards.
Yeah.
Evolve.
Or evolve.
Healthy
new
food.
ways to love us.
Yeah, because they got good food for
bringing
real.
down the broken food system one bite at a time.
Evolve.
And then they got a picture of a man with dirty hands holding a piece of corn.
Yeah. That looks very phallic to me.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Actually, it does.
Yeah. That's not evoking an image of good food. Well, it depends.
And then there's a picture of a rooster.
Yeah, they're trying to make it. They were all healthy stuff. So at least
roosters are healthy.
Yeah, I mean the trouble with
you
frozen
got a man
dinner
holding
is
something phallic, and then underneath it, it's a rooster.
Yeah,
what are they trying to do, man? They're trying to brainwash you. They're loving dong.
They got love in there. I mean, you need a rooster to have some love, girl.
Evolve.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's for frozen dinners. It's good. I mean, frozen dinners are frozen dinners, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they got stuff. They got all sorts of
they
stuff.
Got that sriracha chicken.
That's what it's all about. Yeah,
make you sold now.
Yeah.
Spicy chicken.
And they're approved by my doctor.
Vegetable enchiladas.
They're approved by my doctor. My doctor's like, all right, if you don't cook, this is probably some of the best stuff you can put in your body, considering. So I wanted to do food services. Everybody is so high in sodium. Nobody, I don't know how these companies realize that they just throw so much salt in there. And I'm high blood pressure, boy, so I can't have any of these services because there's just too much salt in all of their stuff they want to deliver.
High blood pressure, boy.
That's me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's a question from a listener. My house is currently in foreclosure. I've stopped making payments. What can I do to save my house?
If you're already in foreclosure behind on your mortgage, you can stop the foreclosure by filing a bankruptcy. There's different types of bankruptcy. Chapter 13 can help you catch up on your house payments if you're behind. It would mean that you'd have to start making your house payments again and catch up on the amount that you're behind over 5 years. You could also take off or strip off your second mortgage, which would help you to reduce your housing payment every month, especially once you're done with the plan and done catching up on your first mortgage. We could also try to buy you some time by filing a Chapter 13 case. Filing a Chapter 13 would definitely stop your foreclosure.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.